Ever since Richard Gage was forcibly removed from his position as founder of Architects and Engineers in 2021, his views regarding certain aspects of 9/11 have become irrational, to say the least. With Gage now opening his own YouTube channel entitled Richard Gage Unleashed, along with a newly minted website, it is apparent he has now fully embraced the fringe elements who have attached themselves like ticks to the 9/11 truth movement, sucking the lifeblood and soul out of the body for years. Gage has entertained people like Barbara Honegger, Massimo Mancuso, and straight from the rookie leagues, Adam Eisenberg. These are all people who have helped to spread the ideas that no plane crashed into the Pentagon or in the field in Shanksville. They also purport that Arab hijackers were not involved, or if they were involved, they were not in the planes which crashed into the World Trade Center, or that the planes may have been outfitted with a missile pod, and that the planes themselves, which were switched in midair and swapped for missiles or drones, made to look like Boeing airliners, all without the knowledge of the FAA and air traffic control, hereby covering up for the intelligence apparatuses in the State Department and Foreign Intelligence. All these conspiracy theories, which have attached themselves to 9/11 truth movement for the last 21 years, which have helped to ruin the names of good truthers like David Chandler, Wayne Costi, Ken Jenkins, Jim Hoffman, Ryan Dawson, Nelson Martins, and even myself. What in God's name is Richard Gage doing here? Has he literally been emotionally shattered by the release of his once burgeoning organization, which in itself has been partially taken over by the fringe conspiracy elements like Kelly David, Andy Steele, and Craig McKee? And if so, why didn't architects and engineers fire them instead? Or why didn't they fire them along with Richard Gage? Is it because that the majority of the board at architects and engineers are filled with people who help to purport the no planes nonsense? Nevertheless, Gage seems to be placating to a certain group of people that were once his previous financial backers, the fringe conspiracy theorists who have been divided over the Pentagon and Shanksville incidents. This has been the dividing line in the truth movement ever since French author and antagonist of honesty, Thierry Masson, started to purposely mislead Americans with his small hole at the Pentagon scenario using three photographs, one showing damage to the second floor, which he claims is the first. The truth movement started to slowly metastasize into a frantic and hectic group that didn't care to fact check the information that was provided to them. Ever since the release of the fiction Loose Change, it then made Masson's claims more pronounced, in which crazed intelligence puppet Alex Jones promoted. Since then, it took off like a match in a dry hay barn on a hot August afternoon in Texas. And now we are here, left with people who now repeat this nonsense 21 years later. No wonder the truth movement has been stale and disorganized after all this time, repeating themselves, trying to make themselves believe and others in the fantastical. So, what happened to Gage? Has he recently lost it? Or has he always been this way? Well, I can give you my opinion. He's always been this way. That it is no longer any secret that he has always been this way, but just more reserved due to the fact that he concentrated on what happened at the World Trade Center while he was at Architects and Engineers. And that was the only issue he wished to deal with. However, He had given his opinions regarding what happened at the Pentagon back in 2010. Well, he did a documentary with David Ray Griffin and Dylan Avery. It would give you an idea as to what he actually believed. So while Gage entertains the zombie elements of a long dead 9/11 truth movement, which long ago started to cannibalize each other, the rest will watch people like Richard Gage continue to become the butt of jokes as he drags the 9/11 truth movement from the proverbial wet, slimy gutters into oblivion for all of time. And the 9/11 truth movement will continue to blame everyone else for their demise, whether it be the Illuminati, the New World Order, the Jews, and everyone else under the sun. But the one thing they will never blame themselves is for their own destruction. Richard Gage, if you're listening, you still have time to correct yourself and detach yourself from the very people who have helped to destroy the truth movement to where it is today.